Welcome to episode 3 of this Let's Play series of Gal Civ 4 Supernova. My name is DasTactic. Welcome to the channel, welcome to the series. Hope you've been enjoying it so far. We are about, now who's that? That's right, that's the pirates. We looked at that in the last episode. We're over through here besieging Antegonar 1, which is one of the core worlds of the Altarans. We're at war with the Altarans. Before I get started, a special thank you to Stardock, who are sponsoring this content. So thanks Stardock for that. It is very, very much appreciated. Now we've got another one through here. We've got a small little colony back in through this other side. It's a food colony, which is good, but we're just going to go and take this one with this particular stack. Now, we're sort of getting new, cleaner information now from the way that fleets are constructed. So we can see that we've got fighters, we've got a bomber, one siege ship in through there. We need to get more siege ships into this particular fleet, and a cruiser as well. So we can do 17 conquest ratings, and this one here has got 20, so we can do up to 170. But most of the other planets now, like 229, that's beyond us. This one here is 193, 188. So these are all a little bit beyond our current capabilities. But we do actually have more siege ships coming, and the siege ships themselves have another 12. So one or two more siege ships, and we should be able to then start to take all of these different planets. Now we also have another group, which is the one besieging back over through here, where we've got like 2 command ships, special command ships, and they've got a total of 21 at this stage, which is good. That's allowing us to then go and take this particular world. And so we've still got a few more months before that one's going to kick on. I think there's 5 more months there. But anyway, let's just go and take what we can. So we'll go and 1 month remaining there. That's good. We'll just click on done. And so we'll just claim as many of these as we possibly can. Now our money situation is going backwards, but that's sort of, we'll see how we go with that. We're going to have to tweak these as we go a little bit. We do have an event. So Regal 1, a former engineer known as being easily distracted by minute details, has stumbled upon a technological marvel in the form of an ancient alien artifact. The artifact is believed to hold tremendous power and potential, but its secrets are locked away by a complex series of intricate puzzles and mechanisms. So Regal 1 is eager to study the artifact and unlock its mysteries, but doing so will divert their focus from their current duties. Our advisors caution that other factions may also be interested in the artifact. Its true purpose could be dangerous. So this is one, I don't know which, whether that's through the update or DLC. I'm not sure where this one actually comes from, this particular event, but we'll just decide later. We'll have a look at see who Regal 1 actually is. It's not one of those. Lawthu. Okay, Regal 1 is in charge of the cannon quake, and so the diligence, the hit points are going to go down. Now that won't matter much in this case. Actually no, this is a smaller ship, but there's a lot of hit points on that particular one there anyway, 91. So that's what will be impacted, so that's fine. We're not going to be it's not going to worry us too much. So we'll just go back in and do that particular event, allow them to study the artifact. That will then bring down the ability of this fleet after we do that. Still 21 there, but just the overall health should end up going back down a little bit. Okay, we'll end our turn there. Now, there may be a group that will come and try to protect this. I wouldn't be at all surprised if there's a force that will be on their way. But hopefully we'll be okay there. We will soon find out. Okay, we've now taken Alcaba 4. We can't really do anything else until these other ships arrive. Now, this one is 229, so we need about 23. Again, we've got 12 there. And so that will be enough. This one does actually have some ships around it as well. So it does have some defense. Just in terms of it's only got a fighter, but they do get a bonus by being on the worlds. Now we should still be okay, I think, against just one fighter. With the power of the ship that we have, we've got 20 combat power, and we do actually have ourselves like a large cruiser back in through here as well. Cruiser, a fighter, a bomber, all these little things should actually help us. If we have a look at this one through here, I think we'll be okay. All right, so when we, I think we'll start to move across and deal with this one here. Still 5. Let's just go in and have a bit of a look. So no casualties to us, total loss to them is the prediction. So they do get extra attacks and so on and so forth with this, but let's just watch the battle. And we'll set this one up into like a cinematic type mode or a battle mode. Top down, let's just go cinematic. Now, I might just pause this actually and show you certain things. Is this going to help us? And so what we see through here is the attacker is the V Thug. Anything with V is essentially one of our ships. And so we have, this is the V Thug, which is one of our little bombers. And so it is, if I highlight that one, that should be that one through there, the V Thug 2. And so with that one highlighted, you can see it's only got sort of like a smallish combat rating. It does have missile, it does have shield strength of 2, evasion of 2, and armor rating of 3. Now, as we sort of have a bit of a look at this one through here, we're attacking with the missiles. There's a lot more information now than what there was before. And I haven't really delved into this in any great extent, but it is now giving us, like before, some of the numbers didn't make a lot of sense because we weren't sure what was going on. But now we are given all the information. So the attack potential is 2. The attack ready is 2, so ready and range is 2, and so basically that's sort of like just giving us a summary of what's going to be happening there. Now the accuracy is only 50% and the range is 5,000, and so the defender is the ARS Breeze of Stone, so we can sort of go and have a look at where that one actually is. It should be it there, I think, or is it somewhere else? That's the Thug. Yep, so that's the Breeze of Stone. So there's only one ship, but they do get a bonus like to their protections usually. So the evasion is 5%. Evasion makes our ship more likely to dodge an enemy attack. So they're attacking. We did miss. We don't get to see now. This is interesting. We've got the shield. The shield integrity is 100%. The maximum shields are 1.2, so not very much. So shields absorb incoming damage. When a ship's shields absorbs damage, that amount is lost from the shield strength for the entire battle. A ship will not take damage to its hit points unless its shield strength has been used up. So we're now getting good information about how all these things actually work and mitigated. And so this one is armor as well as 1.2. So armor helps mitigate incoming damage. When a ship is fired upon, its armor rating is rolled against the attack. If the armor rating roll is higher, it mitigates the damage. After every armor roll, the armor rating is reduced by 5% of its original armor value for the battle. Now, we're missing with the 2 lots of missiles at 5,000 kilometers. This one here has got a kinetic attack. So once they get in really close, this will cause some damage to us. So we've got the cruiser now also firing with the missiles, but they also missed. Now against small craft, there is also another aspect of it being a fighter. The class, we're not sort of seeing the detail there. If I just shift, do we get to see anything else in through this other side? No, we don't. There is, so it's fairly good at evading missiles. Anyway, there'll be beam weaponry next. And so the Ravager, if we have a look and see what that one's got, this one does have a beam attack of 9. So one hit with this beam attack should destroy it because it'll break through the shields. Actually, the shields may absorb it for 1 turn. Anyway, let's just go and do the battlefield mode, and we'll just watch what actually happens in through here. So it's now taking different sorts of damage. So as we sort of start to have a bit of a look through this one, there's going to be like a lot of information. So we missed with the first 2. The second one down through here, actually, so the Thug actually then hit it again with more missiles, and actually this time it did actually hit it, but it hit the shield, and so the shield integrity is now 16%. So essentially, most of the shields have come down, but there's no more damage has gotten through, and so the actual amount of damage that got through, like I think it was like 1 point of damage coming from the bomber. In this case, it didn't bleed anything through, but it did damage the shielding. Now the next one, back in through here, the Punisher has now also fired at it, and this is a fighter. It's actually using kinetic weapons, so we'll just sort of zoom on down a little bit. And the accuracy here is a little bit higher at 67%. It's now 500 kilometers away, and in this case, the distance was 270. The evasion was 5%. Evasion makes our ship more likely to dodge an enemy attack. So it did manage to evade that particular attack as it was coming in. And the cruiser also then hit it with missiles, which just missed outright. So that's sort of what's happening in through here. Let's just continue on. There we go. So we've actually now hit it. You can see there we've got the... hang on, let's just go back up again. So we've got another hit back in through here with the... sorry, this is actually now hitting our ship, the Thug. So it's hitting with its kinetic weapons. So the attack potential was 8.9. It still has to roll to sort of get past it. And so it actually, the shield, now we actually had maximum shields of 3. So it actually only rolled a smaller number, because what actually ended up happening is we only got 1 hit to our shields. So maximum shields is now 3. And so it actually hit, no damage done, but there was still a hit technically coming back our way. The Punisher now went after the Breeze of Stone. And in this case, we then hit its shields and destroyed it. See how the shield integrity is now 0%? This means that the shields will no longer protect it. Some of the damage then bled across into the armor. So the armor integrity is now 95%. The maximum armor was 1.2. But so we took a little bit of damage onto the actual armor, but nothing coming back through. And then from there, what was ever was left, the Ravager, the cruiser, then hit it with the beam attack. So potential of 9. The actual damage there was 2.6 that actually ended up coming back through. Did the other one show what damage was? Yeah, damage was still 0 ultimately, but 2.6 was enough for it to then blow it up. And so we did 0.4 of the damage. So even though it was 3 damage that was actually done through here, the weapon damage that ended up getting through, 2.6, so 0.4 got absorbed in the armor. So, and then essentially the rest of it went through onto the actual ship itself, destroying it. It did actually in the meantime fire back again at the Thug, but it missed. And so that should be the end of the battle. There we are. So damage dealt was 2 from our side, 1 ship destroyed. Damage taken 0 and 0 essentially in through that side. So that one's now done. And so that just opens up that particular location. Now I don't think we can take this one. We need 22.9. We have... This fleet has only got 17, so we actually can't take that one out. So, we're going to have to wait. Now, do we go back? We have other... Oh, sorry, this is the other ships. Sorry, that wasn't that ship. Oh, yes, it was that fleet. Yeah, so this fleet can't do anything now until this next fleet arrives. But we've taken that one out. They're still trying to build in through here a piercing breeze in 15 turns. So it's a long time unless it buys it outright. And so I don't think we can sort of see much about this one. A Mark 6 piercing breeze. No, no idea what that actually is. We've still got 3 more moves. Let's just move back out. And we'll just get ready to join up with this particular one. Okay, we'll end our turn there. But the game is improving and improving and improving. Even just the information is very, very helpful. We still don't feature on any of these lists. So we don't rate. So we have to destroy. Choose new tech. So we've got interstellar cartography. So this is going to give us extra moves, extra modules. Now we've got railguns, which will be useful for us. Orbital mining. This also would be useful. And that's semi-useful. I think we'll go aggression. We'll just keep on sort of moving this way. Then we'll use this to come down and besiege this particular world. Yeah, the others are actually all okay. Okay, we're back at Cora again. We are building this planet up quite nicely. Now we do actually have the Gerantium processor. So manufacturing improvement converts Gerantium into a powerful manufacturing material. So it's going to cost us 3 Gerantium. We do end up with manufacturing plus 5%, plus 1 is the base effect, and maintenance is plus 1. Pollution goes up by 10%. I'm not really too worried about pollution, even though it's running at 38%. Then we've got bonus per level. So we've got manufacturing goes up by 3% per level, but pollution also goes up. So we've got a 5 there, which really will boost our manufacturing. This is sort of what we want to be doing. I do get the boost in there as well. And it sort of does feed back in to this other spot. Let's have a look and see. This is a Helios ore extractor. It did go by +2, but I'm not sure why. Not sure what we get per level. It doesn't say. It doesn't actually say. So, God, do we bring it back down into here where we get the 5? Yeah, I think we might actually. Let's just go that way. So we'll bring that one across just so we can start to get even more mining. And we've got another seed ship coming in 3. I really can't afford to do anything just yet with anything else. We can upgrade this one. We've got perimeter scanners, which we don't want. Starbase defense, I don't really need that just yet. I think we're sort of a fair way ahead in terms of combat power overall. They've probably got bigger forces coming, but we'll just keep this one going. So we've still got the siege actually happening back in through here. Yeah, 2 more months remaining here. Trade offer. Okay, so what do they want? So you get antimatter of 2, open borders, emissaries. Yeah, an elite command draft. We give starbase modules. The Avenger missile system. Yeah, you know, that's probably not bad actually. I think we'll accept this because we've got no real way of getting our own research. So we do need friends. We need acquaintances. That is fairly important to us. How are we going over through here? Now, that's unfortunate. They've already claimed all of this. So we were hoping to get up there. Where else can we go? Now there's more here. Let's just head down this other side. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Yeah, so they've got these claimed. All of these claimed actually. That was a great spot. So we'll have to sort of get that ourselves at some point. Now the Instigator survey report. So there is a Diablo catalyst in the capsule, a rare ship upgrade that increases the weapon firing rate of the ship that is upgraded with it. What are your orders? Free Diablo catalyst ship upgrade. Let's disassemble this one. We get 1 Illyrium, 1 antimatter, or sell it for 300. I'm going to take it simply because it's more aggression. I'm trying to play thematically more than anything else. Let's just join it up with this fleet. This now gives us a range, like a combat conquest rating of 30, 229. So we can actually come back down now, and oh, hang on, we don't have any more movement. Okay, we've got another slot. Okay, tax exemptions. Our elite argued that the government. Now, what do we end up getting? The gross income. We cannot have gross income going down, but loyalty going up would be actually very, very good. So shipyard stimulus, again, gross income coming down. Military goes up. Research goes up. Income goes down. Land exploitation, income goes up. Pollution goes up by too much. Experimental drives, hit points goes down, which we don't want. Defensive measures. The ship range doesn't bother me because I'm getting around that one. It gives us more hit points. I think we'll go this way here. So we'll just go and add that one in, defensive measures. And we've also got prototype defenses as well. So everything is sort of ramping up quite nicely for us in terms of our strategy of domination Okay, we're back. We are back. We're back to cause issues. One more turn and then we take this one. There's no protection there. We're not seeing anything coming. Not that we can see that far anyway, but anyway, that's sort of still all sort of working. The event, it's been nearly 5 years since we left our star system to explore the galaxy. We are no longer vulnerable to a planet-wide extinction event, and we have brought our life to new worlds. A celebration is held on each of our worlds. It is a time for our people to reflect on the progress we made to get to this point. Stories are told of the dreams of thousands of years of our ancestors being realised by our generation. We're excited to see what the next year brings. So we end up with plus 20% approval for 10 months, which is good. And 10 culture points, that's cool as well. That should... No, it's not going to open up the cultural progression at all. We have extra ones in here now as well that we hadn't seen before. So we've got invite leaders. Searching for our most talented will provide 3 new leaders for recruitment. Okay, that's still going to have to recruit them, which we can't afford. Draft colonists. This will provide a free colony ship. That's sort of useful, you know. Not that there's any areas left for that. And then this one here is Rush Starbase Modules. Now the credits cost us too much for us, so we're sort of stuck here. We're sort of stuck with all of these different bits and pieces. You know, if I had have seen that, 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah, I could have actually grabbed that as well. Wish you could move these. Wish there was a way that you could actually slowly move them through space. That would be cool actually if you could. Yeah, there's no way to do it. Oh, what a shame. That would have been great to have just picked that one up as well. We didn't know. Now, who's that? No, that's not one of the enemy ships. We should see this one. How much longer have we got? That one, yeah, it has fallen already. That's good. Idle ships. Let's go in. And it's going to take 7 months to clear this one out. This is good stuff. Done. So we'll just besiege this particular world. Now we could start to move in towards their capital, which is way over here, and just sort of clean up things as we go. Like, for example, they've got Urantium back in through here, but they're always going to have, the borders are always going to extend out a fair way. Yeah, so this one here, we've got 2 ships in this one. These others can claim all this, but we could go back out, or we could just start to hunt. What's that one got? 198. We can just do it. That one there is 178. We can do that as well. Okay, well, let's start to move these forward through the. So we don't. There's nothing else we can do there. Okay, end our turn. So and get an R1. So this is okay. Now they're attacking Melf 1 with a fairly big fleet in through here. This is an enforcer. It's a cruiser. Okay. All right. We'll watch the battle. Now we do have 9 hit points. We're going to be doing 5 damage. If our fleet can actually catch this one up, this would be good. It does have a big kinetic attack. So this must be one of their command ships, I'm guessing. Yeah, so it's got a commander. You can see their commander's diligence, etc. is being applied. So this is the enforcer. We'll watch this battle. So we're seeing certain things actually happening in through here. Let's do top down. We've lost that one. I don't know where the explosions have gone. I've noticed that they're not sort of there anymore. We didn't do any actual damage to it, so we've now lost two of our small ships. So that's it there. It's only got 2 conquest, and we have 285, so there's no way it can actually do anything there. Even this one, it's going to be hard for it to take this one down. So we do have an asteroid miner coming. We are going to have to go back and clean that up. So let's go and grab this ship and we'll hunt this one down if we can. Just try to stay inside my territory. So we get a bit of a boost along. Yeah, planetary defense is extremely high in some of these worlds. Idle shipyard. Okay, so this is the Glory Cora shipyard, and this is where we probably want to start to think about how we build the new sorts of ships. The Occupier, we don't really need that anymore. The Probe. Now we do actually have like a Thug Mark 8, which is our little bomber. The Dagger is the frigate that we have. We haven't built any of these. These actually do have good health points, not very good damage. What we might do is actually just ignore this for a second, and we'll come back. If we go into the ship designer, yeah, so essentially just, you know, once you've got the shipyard selected, you just go up to here, which is the shipyard designer, and we can sort of hover over to sort of see what does actually happen, you know, what they get to do, the fighters, the bombers, the frigates. We don't have much beyond that size. We do have the siege ships, and so we've got small siege ship helps conquer planets. So the conquest upgrade, so conquest upgrade is +5 and the siege bonus of +25%. I think that must be because of our faction. I'm assuming. I don't think we get to see what's causing that one. If we don't go and click on it, yeah, equipment space 18. This is if you're sort of doing it. Now the target priorities won't really matter for a siege ship because they don't have any real ability to attack anything. But the ones that we're looking at, really, the only ones we can build at the moment are fighters, bombers, and frigates. And so fighters go after bombers, then fighters, then capital ships, then frigates. So frigates is the last one that they go after. The bombers go after capital ships first, so they try to sort of destroy them. Then cruisers, so still big ships, then frigates, then fighters. So they sort of avoid the fighters as much as they possibly can. Combat ability, they get +50% evasion. These ones are also +50% evasion. So these can sort of weave in and out fairly effectively. The frigates have got +50% accuracy, which is cool. So they actually get, they sort of mitigate the fighter and bomber ability. So these are sort of essentially like destroyers, I guess, in sense of being able to sort of then shoot down small craft. And so these go after bombers, then fighters, then other frigates, and then finally cruisers. So they sort of focus on the smaller ships first, and that's really what their role is. Once we start to get the different cruisers, we'll then sort of find that we'll have a different set of criteria with other sorts of abilities as well. Don't think there's anything else we're going to sort of see much in through here. Yeah, there's nothing much else we'll sort of get to see. So that's okay. So before we actually go in and let's just show the ship designs to see what we've got available, because we may not want to change it. For example, we do have a lot of Illyrium, but do we actually have the ability yet to be able to do anything with it? So if we go, and we can either just go to a brand new design, which takes us back to the previous screen. We can temporarily hide this design if we're unhappy with a particular design. We can favour it. But we can also use this design to start a new design. We have a bit of a look at this one here and just sort of see this is going to be a frigate. The siege ships are also technically frigates, by the way. So you'll sort of see this is a small, not tiny, and the siege ship is also small. So in this case, we just go back to the frigate and we'll just go and start a new design based on this particular one. And that should then show up. There we are. So with the actual weaponry that we actually have, now we have basic lasers, which is what we're seeing through here. So we've just got lasers. We do have particle beams. Now these have got a beam attack of 2. These have got a beam attack of 2 as well. Beam accuracy of 140%, 140%. Then we've got the missiles. Then we've got the Avenger so we've got 3 different types of missiles. We've got the Star Cannon, which is essentially what we've actually got already in through here, and then a Gauss cannon. So we're using a Gauss cannon back in through this other side. We are just using lasers though here and that may just be because of the size. If you look at the lasers, so the mass of 4 manufactured, so the mass will probably be the important thing. Yeah, that's still only 4 as well. Beam cooldown is fast, that's fast as well. It's the same attack actually between both of these. Yeah, so we probably don't need, like they really are identical in this case. I'm not sure why we've got two different ones then. Usually the ones that are further down are more expensive. They sort of do more damage. So you can see there, this one, it doubles. The missile attack goes from 1 to 2. And that one goes to 3 for that particular one, for the Avenger system. But the massive 5. So in our case, we do have an Avenger system in there. So I'm thinking that, God, there's really just no need to do this. So I'm thinking other factions may not have the extra ability of these basic lasers. But we're not seeing anything different there at all. So I think we'll just keep that where that is. Yeah, the cost is the same. Everything is the same. It's identical. So that's fine. And we don't actually have anything special that we can put on this particular design. So we don't need any other protections. It already comes with its essentially not just with its hit points, but it will actually have protection anyway. Defenses, we do actually have chaff, point defense, and hull plating. So this one does increase the mass, like it does chew up 3. We'd have to get rid of one of our attacks, and I think with these ships the way they currently are, we actually already have done enough to start off with some extra armor, which most of our enemies won't get to do that. So I think we'll just go with firepower. Let's just cancel this one in that case. So I'm happy enough just to build the frigates that we actually have. So this will be just actually not the Punishers, the Daggers, the small frigates in through here. In fact, you can see the military is suggesting that we recommend getting more of those ships. And we can pump these out fairly quickly, like 5 turns per ship. So we'll start to get a few of these, and then we'll also start to get a few more bombers and fighters as well. So we'll sort of try to just seed our fleets and get the fleets ready, having like a couple of frigates and then a handful of smaller ships coming in with those as well. We may need to go and grab a few more of these, you know. Let's get a fighter and a bomber. Let's bring the bomber up to here and the fighter just up under it. So we'll make this into little pockets of things that we need to then go and build. This is at Cora, which is where we're getting most of our ability to build things. So that's just going to be done. Now some of the other factions will be able to build a little bit faster. This is another siege ship. We want to bring this one down to join up with the other fleet. So the fleet that we're using back down this other side. Let's just come across. And Instigator 2 survey report. So a ship has stumbled upon a peculiar artifact adrift in the cold void of space. It appears to be a cage, but not of any ordinary creature. This containment unit was designed for something monstrous. We have 2 clear options: keep the artifact and possibly unleash the beast at a strategic moment, or study the cage's advanced technology, risking the inadvertent release of the captured creature. So if we keep it, take the cage into our position ready to release, or study. So dissect the artifact for its advanced technology. I think we have to do that, just because we're so far behind in tech. Okay, research is now complete. So railguns, we now actually have this one. Now this one does give us, what do we end up getting with this one? We end up with just the Arsenal Mark V space railgun. A level 3 kinetic attack. This may be a bit of a game changer in terms of upgrading things, but let's just leave it there for now. Yeah, let's just choose new tech. Now we've got kinetic weapon enhancements. These ones give us kinetic attack of plus 10% and a kinetic attack of plus 1. Now we are using this, and it does lead to pulse cannons. Now we've got technology extraction. We can get the scientists, which we don't really need. This one here is a 9. Let's go this way. The kinetic weapon enhancement. So we'll grab that one. By the way, this is, if we have a look at the tech navigator and just go to weaponry, into warfare. So we've now got the railguns, the Avenger missile system. We do want to get this one when we can get it, the energy weapon theory, because we do need to sort of bring them across. So as we'll get this one next, and then finally we're going to get like pulse cannons and things as well. If we have a bit of a look, yeah, geranium cost of -2. This is going to be interesting. If we go back to the railguns and through here, this railgun doesn't have any, so this is just a basic system. So once we get to here now, it used to be way back over here in the tech tree, so things have certainly changed around a little bit. These are, what do we get with the plasma pod? So this is a, see, that one's still not costing anything. That's interesting. That one does leave the enhanced plasma pod, which does then cost Illyrium. This is what we want to start to get at some point. So we're a fair way off needing to actually use all the Illyrium that we've been mining. We've got heaps of it, absolutely heaps of it. And we'll start to get more and more of the geranium as well. We're producing 0.4 per turn. Okay, done. We can continue on. So we've still got this one now coming in, 5 more months remaining there. This one will be pretty much there almost straight away, actually. I think it'll slow down once, look, we're inside our territory at the moment, so we're getting a boost along with that. Now, this is an attacker. Now, this has come in where we're expecting to get light casualties. And so they've got a frigate. What we should do is, this one is probably going back to the planet, I think. If we have a bit of a look and see what it does get. So they've got a beam attack, missile attack is low, the kinetic attack is high. So 5.8 for beam and 5 there. Now we're getting techs. AI difficulty they get a bonus because we're playing on a higher difficulty. They do actually have some shielding. So yes, we're going to take some damage here. So let's watch it. We have a lot of hit points overall, but I think we're going to lose because this will then target the small craft. It will target the bomber. So I'm assuming that we're going to lose the bomber. We'll watch the battle. Just keep it top down. Taking damage on the bomber. We've lost the bomber. There's my explosions. Alright, so we lost one ship, they lost one ship as well. Just took a bit of damage on the fighter craft there. Now the bomber is, that won't matter too much. I think we'll still have enough overall firepower to continue on here. Just click on done. Now they must be bringing those out of here, I guess. Anyway, that will be, it's 4 months now, so it's blown out a little bit. Actually, was it 4 months before? Can't remember. Okay, so Cora has now done what it had to do. We've got these other little things. Now, what do we want in here? Core tap requires 5 precursor nanites. This one does dramatically improve the manufacturing. So we could certainly pop that in there. The core tap. We haven't built one of these yet. So precursor nanites. So I thought we had a world that we could do this with. That's the precursor archive. Yeah, that's not going to be what we want. It's not going to give us what we need. Let's go to the other planets because I had a feeling that we had one that we could start to build. Nothing there at Melf or Melif. It's precursor nanites right there. So 31 turns to get that. Now we really can't afford to rush these, so we will have to do this other ways. So let's go and actually our food has now also become a problem. We'll make this into an agricultural district. And we'll make that into there as well, and we'll just move these back. Unfortunately, these are going to take a long time to build. Oh boy, we're in a dicey situation here. Like, it's really is bad, and we've got really bad approval. It's dangerously low. We're running our empire into the ground. So things are not going well, really, overall. I am not managing this all that effectively. We've got too many mouths to feed. I don't think we can do much about that either. Supply attrition is 44%. Yeah, it's a hard one here. I mean, I do want this one. I do want to be controlling this particular planet, but I just can't afford to bring any more leaders in. Really can't afford to do it. We need to somehow generate more money. Now, where's the other one? There's another of their fleets. So they've got a frigate. Yeah, Breeze of Stone, just a fighter. Point of Light, and a couple of bombers. Well, you know, they don't have a real lot of firepower, just 27, and also only 20 hit points in total. They do have a lot of protection here. So it'll take a little while to bring them down, but our guys have got heaps more all the way across. So let's hunt this one down. You've got no more moves, but we're inside our territory now, so we're going to get a big boost to the to what we're doing here. So we should be able to hunt this one down next turn, hopefully. We might just have a look at the end of this and just see where we end up going. Now, the precursor nanites, well, we might as well go back out. Just click on done for a second, and we'll go across the bazaar. Can we buy them in here? Hypersilicates. No, we can't. Okay, so we're going to have to make them. So we can't do that one. Forget that in that case. So what else can we get? Beacon of Babylon, this is influence. I'm not too worried about influence. Now, that's so often a mistake to say that, so I'm hoping that that's not going to be too bad. This one we get research of plus 10%. That's the Eyes of the Universe. That's 3 Promethean. We've got 2. Kimberly's Refuge. Enough Monsatium. We don't actually have any of that. So all of these special things we really just can't afford to get. So what I think we'll do is we'll just start to get even more tech. Now this one here gives us influence. Yeah, let's use a cultural district in this case. Or even an entertainment district. Or food. Agriculture down through here. Let's make a little bit of food. Even the lava flow. Actually, no, we can't build them on the lava flow. God, I really like this now with the volcanic plains. We can still make an agricultural district there. But let's just leave it with those two. And we will need to get a few more of the modules. I've only got 2. All right, let's watch and see what happens over here. Good, 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 good. Now they're doing long-range attacks, which won't really worry us. They're not really strong enough to deal with that. We can do the same sort of deal here. So as we come in, let's finish this off with this particular attack. So as we come in, we're going to have like a long-range attack. If we have a look, the missiles do 11, the kinetic attacks do 78. So we don't actually have a beam attack on this particular group. So let's just go and do a missile attack from, well, it doesn't matter, like the missile attacks are going to be range 2. So let's just go in. We've still got heaps of space in through this other side. So we have missile volley. Yeah, so actually we can do it to range 3. So this will be okay. Ships in the fleet. Yeah, damage 0 to 6. Oh, hang on, distance is actually a little bit more than what we wanted. Let's not worry about that one in that case. So we'll just go back across to... Just press escape. just this way we're nice and close to it. So when we do the missile volley now, we are now getting a distance effect of 20%, damage of 0 to 8. So we've done a little bit, it's now down to 16. And so now we'll actually go in with this particular fleet, and we should actually have better protection. Now we don't have a military starbase, which would actually be very, very helpful. But in this case, everything's looking pretty cool there. So this should wipe out most of their big fleet. This including, let's have a quick look and see what we've got in through here. So we've got a, this is the Righteous Hail. Actually, there's only frigates, fighters, 2 fighters and 2 bombers. So just a frigate, 2 fighters and 2 bombers. So sort of what we're trying to build for ourselves. So no casualties expected from our side, but total loss from their side. Let's watch the battle. I think we might, let's pull this one right apart. Let's just pause and as we start to sort of come back through. I think it's worth seeing what the game is doing as it does sort of change in through this other side. So we've got 2 ships. We've got a, I think this is the overall, essentially the battle power of 314. Now, I don't know why it's showing that. I think it's just showing the fleets. We'll keep it on top down for now. This will be out of sync with the actual battle, which I wish that was actually not the case. We've already done some damage to this frigate. So the frigate's already down to half its strength. Our ships, as I said before, we've got a frigate in through here, which is going to be targeting the small ships. And we have a cruiser, which I think will be targeting the frigate, I think. So it's going for the Righteous Hail. The Righteous Hail is that one through there. So that one is targeting the other ship. So the cruiser is targeting that one. These guys here will be targeting the Bringer of Fire, for example, which should be one of the bombers. Yeah, Bringer of Fire M2. That's a Bringer of Fire 1. So if we have a look at this one again, just sort of see, this is going to the Bringer of Fire 1. It's currently out of range. So that's what we're seeing in through here. These will then be targeting different other types of ships. So the point of light will be going after the Cannon Quake, which is that one there. And then the other one is the Herald of Ruin. So the fighter craft will go after the Cannon Quake. The bomber will go after the Herald of Ruin. It's going to go after the biggest ships. So the small ships go after the smaller ships. The fighter craft go after the fighter craft. The bombers go after the bigger ships that they can sort of then find. So they're splitting up what they can do. I'll just go and set them back to top down again so we can see what's going on here. They've got a few more bombers and things in through there as well, sort of a bit further back. So that's sort of what we actually have. Now, in terms of the speed, what we might do is actually just go back through and just go to half speed. So we'll see different things. Now, they're firing, and we can sort of see that it's now in range. So the range, the maximum weapon range for this bomber, because it does actually have torpedoes, is 5,000. This one as well is going for the Bringer of Fire 1, so that should now be in range. Actually, its maximum weapon range is only 500 because it is using, if we have a look at the weaponry through here, it's only using kinetic attack, but it's monstrously big. So we have to sort of then make use of the evasion and the armor rating. We've only got an armor rating of 2, which is actually pretty poor. So missiles are going in. We're hitting this one. Now we haven't taken any much damage in through here. We do have a lot of hit. Well, 14 is actually okay. It's technically okay. But the bombers, as you can see, are coming back through to actually hit us. Now, both of those actually missed our ship. Our ship is now, the weapon is still out of range. So we're still trying to come back in, but we're actually currently out of range. We'll just go back down to top-down view. Now, have we destroyed the other ship yet? Let's just go to top down. We've got cinematic battlefield, follow free. I'll just keep it on top down. But back over through here, this ship has still got 4 of 8, even though there's been a lot of missiles coming back through. So anyway, we're only seeing from the first phase, like phase 2. Let's just watch it a little bit more. So we're seeing before anything actually happens, we're seeing stuff actually happening on this screen. This one should now have everything in range. Yeah, the Bringer of Fire is now in range, and so we should now be firing, and we'll see that one fire with its kinetic weapons. There we go. That one should be destroyed. And so we can now see in phase, we're already up to phase 9. So the way it works is that the kinetic weapons will fire every phase, like once they're in in the right distance. The I forget how it works. I think it's every phase for the kinetic weapons. 3, I think, for the beam, and 5 for the missiles. So phase 2, then we got phase 4. We actually then fire 8, like we got up to 11.2, but 8 damage worth of these actually working, and it then ended up destroying the outrageous hail. So this one's now has been destroyed by the missile attack that then went through. Those missiles did damage to the shields, destroyed the shields, also got through the armor, and then also destroyed the actual ship itself. So this one will now have a different target. So this is now going to the Bringer of Fire, and so it's now just going to start to go through the list of ships and sort of target them as well. So that was missiles that were then used as we sort of come back down. That was in range. That was in phase 4. So phase 7 is 5 later. Actually, that's still not quite right. That's I thought it was going to be another lot of missiles. It is actually. There we go. Phase 7, they do get to fire their missiles again. The Bringer of Fire 1 and the Mark II 1 in through here as well. And there was a little bit of damage done through this other side where it was absorbed by the shielding of the Herald of Ruin. And the Herald of Ruin has got like a lot of should have a lot more shield strength. Yeah, shield strength is still 8. If we hover over that one, you can see there maximum shields are 12, but we're down to 8 now. So we've sort of like got 75% integrity of the actual shields. They still have to get through those shields, and they may not be able to do it. Now this one, we also have the Cannon Quake. Now the Cannon Quake doesn't have very much shields. The maximum shields are 3. We've lost one of the shielding coming through there with this fighter using its beam attack. And so it actually is beams are very, very accurate. And so in this case, the distance was nice and close. And so it actually then did do some damage on the shields as coming back through. Pretty much, if our ships can do a single hit against it, like can get and actually hit the other units, we should then get some kills. So the Herald of Ruin cruiser against the Bringer of Fire, we missed. So we missed that one completely. The Cannon Quake went into the Bringer of Fire as well at 35 kilometers with the massive kinetic attack. So massive amounts going back in through there, and destroyed it basically very, 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 very easy with its actual destruction, with the amount of damage that actually went through. I think that's going to sort of will that show us the actual amount. So yeah, the 3 was the maximum that it was required. So that's what it only shows us. It doesn't show us the capabilities of what went through there. These are now attacking again. Now what's happened through here is they've now gotten the shields down to 0. This is in phase 10, and they've been able to do one lot of armor integrity, and so we've still got 3. So maximum armor is 3. So we should have 2 armor integrity left on the actual ship itself. So we'll just continue on. So we're still seeing nothing much in through here, but we are seeing other aspects actually happening. Now we're seeing a little bit of damage being done to this ship overall. It's not caught up and down in the bottom here just yet. Yeah, there we go. So we're now phase 11. We were looking at phase 9. So phase 10. Actually, no, we looked phase 10. Where we got to phase 11. The Herald of Ruin cruiser should have had 13, but only one of them got through, and we missed again with the against the Bringer of Fire Mark II. It then fired again next phase, because these fire every phase. This was got 2 potential damage, and that was enough to basically strip away most of its, well, all of its shields, and start to strip away some of its armor. Still a little bit of armor left there. This one came up against the Herald of Ruin, took another one of our shields down. So if we click on this one through here, we'll see the shields should now be down to, actually still saying 8 there, but that's okay. So the shields are down to 66%. So that would be 8 now. It would be 8 technically. I think previously it would have been 9. So anyway, that's where we are there, and then we've still got another one coming back through where the point of light now has hit the Cannon Quake. It now got through the armor. This was actually a very effective hit. Its maximum is 3.5. It actually managed to do, it says 1.5 damage was what bled through onto the actual ship itself. And so this one here now has lost a little bit of damage. So it's through all the armor. So the shield integrity is 0. The armor is still does have 90%, but it will there's damage coming through. We need to finish these bombers and fighters. We need to finish the fighter off because that's the one actually targeting our weakest ship. So let's just keep on going. So we should be, every phase we should be hitting something. It's 13. Took more damage in through here. So we've taken a lot more damage now. We've taken, again, the Herald of Ruin is, we just have a bit of a look at this one through there. So we had that too. Then we actually had phase 14. This one actually then fired with its missiles and missed again against the Bringer of Fire Mark II. In phase 16, it was then close enough to then use the kinetic again. So it sort of swung back around again. And in this case, got rid of the rest of the armour and destroyed the actual ships. That one's actually then gone. The Breeze of Stone, the fighter, has attacked it with kinetic, but it did actually end up missing, so we've been able to avoid that particular attack. And then there was a point of light in through this other side as well, came in against the, so it actually is another fighter that is actually targeting this particular ship, and again has done 0.1 damage to the ship. So we've essentially gone, destroyed the armour and done 3 points of damage if we hover over that one. Yeah, so the damage is 2.9. 0.1 was absorbed by the actual armor itself. Okay, so there we are. We're still sort of now we've still got 3 ships left that we have to contend with. 2 bombers, actually no, 2 fighters and a bomber. And the fighters, as we saw before, are going after the cannon quake, and so they've now become a bit of a risky factor for this particular ship. The Bringer of Fire, the bomber, is going to be going after the big ship. And I think this one is going to be going after the Breeze of Stone, which is that one there, which is good. We want them to go after the fighters. This one should be going after the bomber. It's just going after the Breeze of Stone as well. Okay, that's fine. So let it go forward a little bit more. Took even more damage. Let's have a look and see what else has actually happened. There's a little bit more damage coming back against the cannon quake, but we are missing with the shots against the smaller craft. Let's just go back and have another quick look. Actually, we've only got one more left, which is still going after the cannon quake. So the others were actually destroyed. So we should see those. That's phase 17, phase 16 and through there. So the different phases are now sort of happening. We're up to phase 21. Yeah, so we took another 0.5, and that was the destruction. Or it should be the destruction of that one. There we go. So we destroyed all 5 ships. We lost nothing. There was 6 damage taken, which was a fair amount on that cannon quake. It really didn't do a good job of protecting itself well at all, which is a bit of a problem. So this is a bit of a glass cannon. Very, very powerful in its own right, but does need some protection, actually. Does need some protection. So we may need to get some fighter craft, just some actual fighters to actually work with this ship and to help it. So actually fighters will attack other fighters. Bombers will still attack this one. This will then leave the frigate alone. So we need small craft just to absorb the damage and stop this from happening again in the future. That was a little bit risky. Just click on done. That's good. Now we do actually have an upgrade in here for the different ships as well. So both ships have actually now got an upgrade. Now we've got different things we can do through here. So we've got reinforced hull. This is for the, we're looking at the cannon quake. So this one's going to cost Durantium. It's going to give me plus 20% hit points, which would be useful. So plus 4, but at the cost of 3 Durantium. What else can we get? So that's going to give me, this one here will give me plus 20% hit points as well. Oh, hang on, the hit points go up to 20% and we get another 4 as well. Again, that's going to be useful. The command bridge moves plus 1. It's a bit expensive actually with the Durantium cost. We're literally all we're getting difference there is an extra plus 4, which will then sort of take the base up from 17 to 21, and then we get 20% on top of that again as well. Command bridge, extra moves. Now we don't need that one. Sensor range, Durantium forge. This one here, the kinetic attacks goes up by plus 2, which we don't need. We're so strong with this ship, we just don't need it. This one here we end up with extra evasion, and this one here increases the rate of fire of the weapons of the ship's weapons. So we get extra attacks. Really, it's got to be one of these. I'm really concerned about spending that much Durantium on just those extra 4, but it would give it so much more survivability. We definitely don't want this to be dropping off. Like, we definitely don't want that to be dropping off. So I think I will actually spend this. So I'll spend the upgrade. I've only got 1 Gerantium left. So that ship has now been upgraded. That does give us 27 now a total, which is actually good. So that's actually fairly cool. Then we actually go back to this ship as well. This has already got 108. Now the reinforced hull here, this one here, we actually have missile and kinetic attacks. And both are pretty good. Command bridge. Again, we're going to have the same sort of deal in through here. Antimatter cost. That's the antimatter warhead. That's missile attacks go up by +2. Uranium forge. The evasion, or this one here, the actual cooldowns here would be actually fairly cool as well. This would actually work in fairly nicely with this ship. I think we might take this. I really like the expansions that are sort of happening with the game, like just the extra bits and pieces. So that's actually now got that one. Actually, I've gone well over time, guys, so I'm going to keep it here. But anyway, that was a bit of a deep dive into combat, just so you can sort of see the changes. You see there's a lot more information now, so we're not sort of flying blind when we do go into combat. There's still, I think, going to be more things coming. Actually, we've now got a few extras back in here. Galactic Bazaar, what is it showing us there? No, still nothing that we want. Now we can sell it for 40. We've got a lot of it. We probably will end up doing that at some point. That would then we would then get a fair bit. But the more we sell, the more it's going to the less we're going to get as over time. Maybe I'll just do a little bit now. Yeah, it's down to 39. I'll get it down to say 10 or 12. 12 will do. All right, so we've actually, here we go. We've just got a little Steam achievement saying the commodity guru or something. Okay, so these ships here, we do need to heal these up because we really can't afford to be going into combat with that particular one. So we'll just go and tell that one to repair. There's nothing else. We've done what we needed to do. There's still one more ship that was floating around that we do want to stop and destroy. Is that it? No, that's not it. Not sure where it actually got to. There was one of their command ships. We will be wanting to hunt that one down. In the meantime, these are still coming through, and 3 more months remaining there. Anyway, guys, I'm going to leave this here. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next exciting episode.